Hello everyone, in this video we're going to learn how to add, subtract, multiply and divide rational expressions. Alright, before we're gonna dive into the question, make sure you review our concept, which is exponential rules and algebraic identities. So you have 7 algebraic identities. Now we're going to work on multiply and divide rational expressions first because it's easier. Step number 1, you need to factor both numerator and denominator to reveal any common factors. Step number 2, cancel any common factors that appear in both parts of the expression. Step number 3, rewrite what remains in the simplest form. Step number 4, present the result in standard form for clarity and consistency. Now, example number 1, question A. We need to factor this guy, this guy, and this guy, right? So, the first one right here, you need to find two numbers multiplied for 30 add up to 11, which is 5 and 6, right? So it can be x plus 5 times x plus 6, right? If you want to review how to factor trinomials completely, please check out the link in the description below. Times, you need to find two numbers multiplied first, negative 32 add up to 4, which is x plus 8 times x minus 4, right? Over 5 two number multiplied first, 56 add up to 15, which is 7 and 8, right? So x plus 7 times x plus 8. And the last one, you need to factor 3x out. So it's going to be x plus 6 left, right? Now this factor and this factor cancel out. This guy and this guy cancel out, right? So you're going to end up with x plus 5 times x minus 4 over x plus 7 times 3x, right? So I'm going to bring 3x to the front. This one is the final answer. Now question B. 22 can be written as 2 times 11, right? Times x to the 8 y squared z to the 5th times 35 can be written as 5 times 7 times x to the 4 y cubed z over 14 can be written as 2 times 7 x cubed z times, we just rewrite 32 x squared y c to the 8. Now 2 and 2 cancel out, right? 7 and 7 right here cancel out, right? So the top is 5 times 11, it could be 55. Now x to the 8 and x to the 4 is going to be x to the 12, right? Y squared and y cubed is going to be y to the 5th. Z to the 5th and z is going to be z to the 6th divided by x cubed and x squared is going to be x to the 5th, right? And you have y right here. And z to the 8 is going to be z to the 9, right? And you have 32 left right here. I just rewrite 55 over 32, right? Because they don't have the common factor, so I just leave it. X to the 12 divided by x to the 5th, you have x to the 7 on the top, right? Y to the 5th, y right here, you have y to the 4 on the top, right? Z to the 6th and z to the 9, you have z cubed on the bottom. This one is the final answer. Now question C. The first thing you need to do is to turn this one into multiplication and take reciprocal of this guy, right? So it's going to be, now we're going to factor this guy out, so it can be x times s squared plus 4, right? Over 2s minus 1. Now, this one right here, we need to find two numbers multiply equals negative 12 add up negative 4, right? Which is negative 6 and 2, right? So you have s minus 6 times s plus 2, right? The bottom right here, you're going to use difference of 2 squared, right? So s to the 4 minus 16 can be written as s squared all together square minus 4 squared, right? So it could be s squared minus 4 times s squared plus 4, right? But s squared minus 4 can be written as s squared minus 2 squared, right? So it could be s minus 2 times s plus 2, right? So I replace this guy right here with this guy. Now this guy and this guy cancel out. This guy and this guy cancel out, right? So you have s right here left times s minus 6 over the bottom 2s minus 1 times s minus 2, right? This one is the final answer. Now question E. We're going to use difference of 2 cubes to factor the top first, right? So it could be s cubed minus 3 cubed over the bottom s squared minus 3 squared, which is difference of 2 squared, right? So the top becomes s minus 3 times s squared plus 3s plus 9 over s minus 3 times s plus 3, right? Now this guy and this guy cancel out, so we have s squared plus 3s plus 9 over s plus 3. This one is the final answer. Now question F. We need to factor this guy out using difference of 2 cubes, right? So it can be s minus 2 times s squared plus 2s plus 4, right? Because this one can be written as s cubed minus 2 cubed, right? And you're going to use the formula right here. And then times, we're going to factor this guy out. So the common factor is 2s, right? And you have 3s minus 4 left, right? Over. Now, the bottom you need to be careful, okay? Coefficient right here is 3 different from 1, right? So you need to find two integers multiply equals a times c add up to b. Now a times c, which is 3 times a, which is 24, add up to negative 10 right here, right? So they are negative 4 and negative 6, right? So it turns out to be s minus 4 times s minus 6. If the coefficient is 1, you're done. But because coefficient is 3, you need to divide the constant right here by 3. This guy divide by 3, right? Now 4 divided by 3, you cannot simplify, right? You need to multiply this guy back, right? So it turns out to be 3s minus 4 times 6 divided by 3 equal 2, right? So it could be s minus 2. This one is the final factor form for this guy right here. So be careful, right? So it could be 3s minus 4 times s minus 2. Now this guy right here, you're gonna factor 2s out, right? So it's gonna be s squared plus 2s plus 4, right? Now s minus 2 and s minus 2 cancel out. This guy and this guy cancel out. This guy and this guy cancel out. This guy and this guy cancel out. The answer is 1, right? Now question G. We're gonna rewrite, and this guy right here, you need to turn this one into multiplication, right? and take reciprocal of this one. So it could be 8s squared on the top, and the bottom should be s squared plus 5s plus 6, right? Now we're gonna factor the numerator, rewrite s plus 2, right? For this one right here, it turns out to be s minus 1 times s plus 3, right? Times 8s squared over this guy right here turns out to be s minus 1 times s plus 1, right? Difference of 2 square times 4s, and this guy turns out to be s plus 2 times s plus 3, right? Now s plus 2 cancel out, s plus 3 cancel out, s minus 1 cancel out. 8s squared divided by 4s, it could be 2s, right? So the top has 2s and the bottom has s plus 1. This one is the final answer. Question D. We're gonna rewrite s cubed, right? Times s to the 2n can be written as s to the n altogether square, right? Minus 9 can be written as 3 square, right? So I can apply difference of 2 square formula, right? The bottom right here can be written as s to the n altogether square plus 4 times s to the n plus 3, right? Now I need to turn this one into multiplication and flip this one. It's going to be s over s to the n square minus 2s to the n minus 3, right? Now we're gonna factor this guy out. So it could be s cubed times s to the n minus 3 times s to the n plus 3 times s right here. So this guy becomes s to the 4, right? Divide by, now the bottom right here, the variable in this situation is s to the n, right? So you need to find two number multiply equals 3 add up to 4, right? Which is 3 and 1, right? So we have s to the n plus 1 times s to the n plus 3, right? Now this guy same thing, find two number multiply equals negative 3 add up to negative 2. So it could be s to the n minus 3 times s to the n plus 1, right? Now this guy and this guy cancel out. This guy and this guy cancel out, right? We have s to the 4 left on the top. The bottom right here, this guy and this guy, the same thing, right? So you can write s to the n plus 1 altogether square. This one is the final answer. Now let's move on to example number 2. You considering buying a swimming pool and how narrow the choice is between the one that is circular and the one that is rectangular. The depth of the rectangular pool is 1/3 of the width. Its length is twice the width. The circular pool has the same depth as the rectangular pool and a diameter that is equal to the width of the rectangular pool, right? Now we need to sketch the figure to visualize the problem easier, right? Now suppose I will call the depth of the rectangular pool B, D, right? The width is right here and the length is right here, right? So I have D equals 1 over 3W, right? And the length is twice the width, so L is 2W, right? Now the circular pool has the same depth as the rectangular pool, right? So this one should be W divided by 3, right? And diameter is equal to the width, right? So the distance from here to here is width, right? So the radius should be width divided by 2, right? Now question A. Find the ratio of the volume of the circular pool, and this one actually the cylinder, right? So the volume of the cylinder is pi r squared times the height, right? So it could be pi times radius, which is W over 2 square, right? The height, which is the depth, which is W over 3, right? Simplify this one, it could be pi over 12 W cube, right? Now we need to calculate the volume of the rectangular pool, right? Which is length times width times height, right? It's actually 2 over 3 W cube, right? Now we need to find the ratio, right? So it could be VC divided by VR, which is pi over 12 times W cube divided by 2 third W cube, right? W cube and W cube right here cancel out, right? So it could be pi over 12 divided by 2 third is the same thing as multiplying by 3 over 2, right? So it's going to be pi over 8, right? Now question B. The volume of the rectangular pool is 2250 cubic feet. How many gallons of water are needed to fill the circular pool if 1 gallon is approximately 0.134 cubic foot, right? So we have V C divided by V R equals pi over 8, which is calculated above. Now VR equals 2250, right? So substitute over here. So we have VC over 2250 equals pi over 8, right? Now just cross multiply, right? So it could be VC equals 2250 pi divided by 8, right? So it's going to be approximately 883.573. We given the conversion factor right here. 1 gallon is going to be approximately this guy, right? So we're going to write 1 gallon over 0.134 cubic foot, right? It's going to be the same thing as you have this guy right here, cubic feet right here, so it could be 883.573 cubic feet, right? Remember that cubic feet right here on the bottom, right here must be on the bottom, so keep that in mind. Now this one should be S gallons, right? Because you have gallon on the top, this guy should be on the top, right? So we just cross multiply, so we have S equals this guy times this guy divided by this guy, right? It's gonna be 6593.8. So it's gonna be approximately 6594 gallons. Question C. What are dimensions of the rectangular pool if its volume is 2250, right? So we know that the volume of the rectangular pool is 2 third W cube, right? And this guy actually equals 2250, right? Now we need to solve for W, right? So W cube equals, so this guy actually 3375, right? Now we're going to take cube root both sides, so W equals 15, right? Now if W equals 15 and this one actually the width, right? Now the depth should be 1/3 of 15, which is 5, right? And the length should be 2 times 15, which is 30, right? So dimension is, now example number 3. We're gonna rationalize the numerator. So we're going to multiply the top bottom by this conjugate. Remember, if you have square root of a minus square root of b and its conjugate is square root of a plus square root of b, right? And remember, difference of two square formula equals a minus b times a plus b, right? This guy is the conjugate of this guy. This guy is the conjugate of this guy, so keep that in mind. Alright, so I'm going to use the formula right here. It's going to be a squared minus b squared, whereas this one is a, this one is b, right? So if you square this one, it's actually s plus h plus 1, right? Subtract, if you square this one, it's going to be s plus 1. Don't forget parentheses, right? Divide by h times, we're going to distribute negative 1 over here. So this guy turns out to be negative s minus 1, right? Now we're going to simplify. S subtract s, gone. 1 subtract 1, gone. So the top only have h left, but h and h right here cancel out. So you only have 1 over square root of s plus h plus 1 plus square root of s plus 1, right? Now we're going to move on to the next one. We're going to learn how to add or subtract rational expressions with unlike denominators. Step number 1, factor all denominators to reveal any common factors. Step number 2, find the least common denominator, which is the product of all factors with the highest power. Step number 3, multiply the numerator and denominator of each expression by the appropriate factors to obtain equivalent terms with a common denominator. Step number 4, add or subtract the numerators and place the result over the common denominator. Step number 5, simplify the resulting algebraic fraction. Alright, example number 4. We need to find the LCD, right? So factor the denominator first, right? So this guy turns out to be s plus 4 over s plus 1 altogether squared, right? This one is complete square formula, right? Plus s over this one difference of 2 squared, right? So s plus 1 times s minus 1, right? This guy minus 2 over s minus 1, right? Now the LCD is s plus 1. The highest power is 2, right? And s minus 1 right here. So this guy right here becomes, now you have s plus 1 square, right? But the LCD s plus 1 square times this one, right? So you miss this guy right here. You need to multiply the top bottom by this guy, right? So it could be s plus 4 times s minus 1, right? Plus, now this guy you have s plus 1, s minus 1. But the LCD is s plus 1 square, s minus 1. So you miss s plus 1, right? So it could be s times s plus 1. Now this guy you have s minus 1, but the LCD is right here. So you miss this guy, right? So multiply by s plus 1 square, right? All over the LCD, which is s plus 1 square times s minus 1, right? Now we're going to distribute this guy, right? So it could be s squared minus s plus 4s minus 4, right? And distribute this one, it's going to be plus s squared plus s, right? Distribute this one, and this guy actually complete square formula is going to be right here, right? So it's going to be negative 2s squared minus 4s minus 2 divided by the LCD, which is s plus 1 altogether square times s minus 1, right? We're going to simplify s squared, it could be 2s squared and negative 2s squared, gone, right? Negative s and s right here, gone, right? 4s and negative 4s, gone, right? So you only have negative 4 and negative 2 left on the top, which is negative 6 over s plus 1 altogether square times s minus 1, right? This one is the final answer for question A. Now question B, we need to rewrite this one as s minus 3 over s cubed minus 2 over s cubed plus s squared, right? Divide by 1 over 2 minus 1 over s squared, like this, right? Now, before you turn this one into multiplication, you need to simplify this one first, so that you're gonna take reciprocal of this one, so keep that in mind, right? If you just literally write 2 over 1 minus s squared over 1, this one is completely wrong, so keep that in mind. Now, the first one right here, I need to find the LCD of this guy, right? So I need to factor this guy out first, right? So s minus 3 over s cubed minus 2 over factor s squared out, right? So it could be s squared times s plus 1, right? Divide by 1 over 2 minus 1 over s squared, right? Now the LCD for the first one is s cubed, right? Look, this is s squared, this is s cubed, take the highest power, times s plus 1, right? The LCD for the second one right here is the product of this guy and this guy, right? 2s squared, right? Now, we're going to multiply the numerator right here by this guy right here, right? Because it's missing this guy. S minus 3 times s plus 1, right? Now, for this one right here, we miss s only, right? So this is s cubed, this is s squared. So we're going to multiply negative 2 by s over the LCD, which is s cubed times s plus 1. That's it, right? Now, divide by the LCD 2s squared. You have 2 right here. You miss s squared, right? So multiply the top by s squared, right? Now, the LCD 2s squared. You have s squared right here. You miss 2, right? So minus 2, right? Negative 1 times 2, it could be negative 2 over 2s squared, right? Now, at this time, you can take reciprocal of this one and turn this one into multiplication, right? Now, for the first one right here, I need to distribute this one, right? So it could be s squared plus s minus 3s minus 3, right? And minus 2s right here, divided by s cubed times s plus 1, right? Now turn this one into multiplication and take reciprocal of this guy. So it could be 2s squared over s squared minus 2, right? Now we're going to simplify s squared, rewrite, right? S minus 3s could be negative 2s, and negative 2s could be negative 4s, right? Minus 3 divided by s cubed times s plus 1, right? Times 2s squared divided by s squared minus 2, right? Now we're going to simplify s squared and s cubed over here, gone, right? So the top should be 2 times s squared minus 4s minus 3, right? Over the bottom should be s times s plus 1 times s squared minus 2, right? This one is the final answer, right? Now question C is similar to question B. I will leave this one for you to practice. The answer is s minus 3 times s plus 5 divided by s squared minus 10 s minus 26. Now question D. We're going to rewrite this one as s over square root of s minus 4 minus square root of s minus 4 over 3, all together divided by square root of s minus 4 divided by s squared minus 16 can be written as 4 squared, right? So we need to find the LCD of the first one, which is 3 times square root of s minus 4, right? So for the first fraction right here, you miss 3, right? So multiply the top by 3. And the second one right here, you miss square root of s minus 4, right? So it could be negative square root of s minus 4 times square root of s minus 4 divided by the LCD, which is 3 square root of s minus 4, right? Now for the second one right here, you can turn this one into multiplication and take reciprocal of this one, right? And you're going to factor this one out using difference of two square, right? So s minus 4 times s plus 4, right? Divided by square root of s minus 4, right? Now we're going to simplify this one, so it turns out to be 3s. This guy times this guy, it could be s minus 4, right? And this should be negative 1 right here. So it could be negative s plus 4, right? Times s minus 4 times s plus 4, right? Divided by the bottom right here, 3 times this guy times this guy, it could be s minus 4, right? Now 3s minus s could be 2s, right? So you have 2s plus 4, right? Now this guy and this guy cancel out, right? So you have s plus 4 left on the top. The bottom should be 3. This one is the final answer, right? And it's good time to stop. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember that if you failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail.
We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand